I'm gonna do their story quest for a while. When I'm done, I'm gonna just probably level up because I got Ganyu. So, we'll do their thing. I didn't do these two things, but I think... Of course, we have to speak to freaking Catherine. No, because this is where the Shogun boss battle's happening, and I don't want to do that because I only have Glee.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Recently, the Adventurers Guild has received an unusual commission, and after careful consideration, we believe that...
The Traveler would be the most suitable candidate, right?
Say less, Paimon, say less.
Indeed, as ever. I will spare the pleasantries then. May I ask if you two are available to help? Well, let me go over it briefly. Our client for this job is the Yashiro Commission. Apparently, Rift Towns are attacking the roots of the sacred Sakura nearby Mount Yogo in great numbers.
Rift Towns? On Narukami Island?
Yes. We are not sure where exactly these creatures come from. But this time, they are attacking in alarming numbers with great aggression and a clear target. The sacred Sakura is of tremendous importance to Inazuma. I trust you are aware of this already? Good. Then you can see that this case is very urgent.
Is the Tenryu Commission aware?
Yes, and they are already taking action of their own. However, given that the sacred Sakura's root system is vast and complex, and faced with the unpredictability and scale of the Rift Town's attacks, they are finding it difficult to defend against them. Their main priority is to protect the civilian population, so they are actively looking to cooperate with all other available forces to eliminate the monster. The Adventurers Guild is one of the key parties assisting the Tenryu Commission with their work. But so far, the combined efforts to combat the Rift Towns has failed to substantially ameliorate the situation. You have our deepest gratitude. Your confident response puts me far more at ease. I will mark on your map the areas where Rift Town appearances have been recently reported. I hope you won't encounter too much
Relax. We'll be back before you can say Ad Astra.
Don't shut the frick up.
That place isn't even worth it.
The sacred Sakura's in danger again, huh? Who'd have thought? Keeping
Where's
the sacred
John
Sakura
Miko, bro?
safe was Kazari's greatest wish, and now these mangy mutts are trying to destroy it. Time to teach him a lesson.
I'm eating cantaloupe right now. Not that good.
They're attacking the sacred Sakura! Stop them!
How do you do this?
Woo!
the
the
course
chase.
is no.
Don't blink. I must leave no stone unturned. Pew! Throw them all up. Incoming.
I need to find a good place.
Jumpy, jumpy. Speed of light.
Wow, there are so many of them! No wonder the Tenryou Commission needed help. Come on, Traveler, you can take them!
I'm gonna cry.
With sword comes shadow. Incoming. Speed of light.
Actually, did it? I was just hitting this point.
Torn to oblivion.
Thanks, babe.
Shogun? Wait, no! Could also be A!
Oh, it's you two. It has been a long time. We have not seen each other since the resolution of the Tenryou Commission crisis.
Okay, sounds more like A. It is you, right? You sure made short work of them! That was amazing!
I'm making early preparations for what is to come. Last time we took a walk around Inazuma together, I witnessed the way the world is today. I was finally able to comprehend some things that I had never understood in the past. Since then, every time I encounter an obstacle in my thinking, I find myself having the urge to spend some time in the outside world.
Makes sense. You must get super bored being stuck in there all the time.
Might I remind you that I am not here to amuse myself. Recently, I have observed a number of changes in the external world from the plane of Euthymia. The most serious of these being the attack on the sacred Sakura by numerous rift hounds. I considered this matter worthy of my attention, so I pursued them, and they led me here, where I happened to run into... If the Shogun, rather than I, were to discover them, yes, perhaps she would have left the situation alone.
Why? Because she's just a puppet?
Precisely. According to the rules I designed for her, matters of this nature are to be delegated to the Tri-Commission. But rift hounds attacking the sacred Sakura... It brings back bad memories of that terrible disaster.
A disaster?
Yes. 500 years ago, a great catastrophe befell Inazuma. Everything was engulfed in a pitch-black fog, and monsters ravaged the land. Countless lives were lost, and this homeland that the people had worked so hard to build barely escaped being obliterated entirely. The monsters committed many atrocities on Inazuman soil, and the rift hounds were always their advance guard. Their duty was to tear open a passage through space with their claws and teeth, and then call in even more powerful beasts.
Of course. Okay, so, you know how, we're gonna fight the Shogun? We're gonna fight the puppet. I don't think A is, like, gonna fight us. I think the puppet's gonna fight us. Because we're probably gonna be, like, considered the bad guys. You know, not right now. What the frick? I wish it tells you that, oh, someone's in a story quest right now, you can't join them. That would be very helpful for so many people that are trying to mind their own business. And people are like, I want to join them. For what? I don't know you. Like, I'll let random people join because, yeah, might as well get some friends out here. But, yo, I'm trying to do a story quest.
So you've heard of it too. That's an episode of history that I am loath to recall. Maybe to you, it seems like my response to these creatures was an excessive one. But an excess of caution is not unwarranted in this case.
Guess you can't argue with that.
Since we are both here for the same reason, let us work together.
Okay.
From the traces they've left in the surrounding area, there should be many more monsters nearby. All of them must be eliminated.
Paimon feels so safe when we're in Ace company. Having someone uber powerful on your team can... Oh yeah, after we've dealt with the monsters, we should ask her to tell us more about This color! It's similar to the color when the sacred Sakura takes damage. Let's follow it. It should be this way.
I really want to know more about, like, Kanya, but mostly Kaya. How did my goldfish? Dang. How did my goldfish become stale? I had it in a bag.
We are lucky. The damage is not too serious. The Yashiro Commission will be able to nurse the root system back to health.
That's good.
This stuff that's flowing out, is it sap or something? What's this?
A dead person?
Could they be dead people?
Yeah.
Here!
Let's search the area. Perhaps we will find out.
I can't go on like this. Not when the other troops are counting on me.
What happened here? Could you tell us?
So, even if you keep something in a baggie, it'll still get stale. Good to know. Because my goldfish and crackers that I hate have that been in my room for a while are stale. Not good. I'm eating chocolate.
Who are you? What are you doing here? Run quick while you still can. The monsters will be back. And once you're in their sights, I'm telling you there's no way. We will defend Inazuma until our dying breath. You don't know? Inazuma is engulfed. Beasts and horrifying monsters are everywhere. They're merciless, ferocious, and they will devour everything in their path. Every last trace of humanity's existence, I tell you. They'll devour it all.
But look, none of that seems to be going on around here.
Not right now, but they'll be back. Look, get out of here. Now, there's no time left. The almighty Shogun is gone. So is Kitsune Saigu. There is no one left to rely on. I don't know how long we can hold out for. But if we abandon our hope, then we've got nothing left at all.
Don't worry, I'm right here.
It's the Shogun? You're back. Please, we beg you. You have to help us. You have to save Inazuma. Only the glow of your supreme lightning can dispel this terrible darkness. Please, or the whole of Inazuma will be reduced to a hunting ground for the beasts.
Calm down. The war you speak of is over.
Over? But what do you mean?
Look around you. The grass grows green and lush, and a soft breeze blows. This is Inazuma at peace, as you will no doubt remember. There are no monsters, nor is there anything else here that could threaten your life.
What? But how? Just moments ago, they were everywhere. I saw them tear my comrade to shreds with my own eyes.
Not my comrade.
Hey, calm down. Everything's fine now.
Huh. I think I understand. Almighty Shogun. You... Yes, we were right to place our trust. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, thank you.
What's wrong with him?
He's dusting away.
He's gone.
Paimon can't even begin to understand what that was all about. But somehow, Paimon feels all sad and hopeless.
If I am not mistaken, what we just saw was a samurai's memory that was buried in the land. The sacred sakura can absorb and purify the filth in the ley lines. After the Rift Hounds attacked, some of this filth leaked out through the cracks in the trunk and formed a physical entity. An entity formed with strong filth would be highly aggressive. But when purified, it presents in the form of a memory. Purified filth quickly dissipates and will be absorbed by the ley lines shortly afterwards. In other words, it cannot exist for too long.
So the memories of the ones that died are all appearing at this moment?
Yes. That soldier was one of the many thousands who made the ultimate sacrifice. What he was describing just now was precisely the disaster that happened in Inazuma 500 years ago. Yes. Inazuma was facing many great crises at that time. Some were local in origin, while others... The disaster in Inazuma caused me great concern. I felt that I had to step in before it was too late, otherwise it would spread to all of Teyvat. But my friend, Kitsune Saiku, reassured me that I had nothing to worry about. She would shoulder the responsibility of protecting Inazuma and mobilize all forces at her disposal to combat the threat. I could tell that, although neither of us acknowledged it, we both knew that the road ahead would likely end in tragedy.
So, Inazuma was attacked at the same time as when the disaster happened in Kanria?
Dang.
Indeed. Countless
Double
monsters
homicide.
suddenly appeared throughout all of Inazuma. In the end, Kitsune Saigu sacrificed her life to protect the people.
Dang, we found out how her freaking, her friend died.
I never had the chance to see her one last time. But I would like to believe that she kept her promise to me until the very last.
She sounds like an old lady. She sounds like a grandma. Like, that's okay.
But even then, Inazuma was left more devastated than we could have ever imagined. Those terrible tragedies left great wounds that are still felt to this day, both on the land itself and in my heart.
Hey,
Yes. For the longest time, I couldn't bring myself to face the pain of that loss. All my martial might was in vain. Though I could conquer Tatarigami and vanquish monsters, I was helpless against the ravages of time, powerless to keep the ones I cherished alive. But after my clash with human ambition, I thought long and hard. Now I realize I cannot fixate on the past forever. When I traveled around Inazuma with you, I caught a glimpse of how the nation has progressed over the centuries. A glimpse of human potential. Everything far exceeded my expectations. Moving forward inevitably invites further loss, but also new encounters. Just think of that soldier. Despite all the losses he had experienced, he still chose to keep fighting for the sake of moving forward. All those who sacrificed themselves back then gave their lives fighting for a future. But perhaps the future they were hoping for is not the eternity that I once strove for. As Inazuma's god, it is high time I honored their wishes. Warriors of the past, who spilled your blood on this land, your noble souls now rest in this earth. I will never forget you, and all that you did for Inazuma.
He's taking all this pretty hard.
Come on. Let's keep investigating the damage to the sacred Sakura.
Well, wait. Okay. Wait, let me eat my Snickers.
Don't blink!
Uh-oh.
As expected, there are a load of Rift Hounds here too!
Leave them to me. Inazuma shines eternal!
Oh my god. Fine, I'll freaking pull for shogun. What's your build? That makes sense.
There is no escape!
Illusion shattered! Erase all threats. Now
She's
you
going
shall
to die.
perish.
She's going to die.
Huh? Something seems wrong with A.
Why would you ask that?
Something's
Well,
wrong.
usually you'd pull out your sword and swish! Vaporize them all in one go!
You are unduly concerned. I'm simply conserving my energy. Although I have some understanding of the situation already, it could take an unexpected turn at any time. I must be prepared for anything. If there are more formidable monsters lying in wait in this area, I must make sure I have the strength to face them.
Ah, makes sense! Spoken like a... The roots seem pretty badly damaged this time. We definitely need to tell the Yashiro Commission. Hey, the same light is leaking out again!
Furuyama? Is that you?
Almighty Shogun, what brings you back so soon? I thought you were off fighting a battle in a distant land.
Fighting a battle in a distant land? Sounds like this guy's talking about 500 years ago, too.
Yeah.
Allow me to introduce Furuyama. He is a tea master and a member of my retinue. Though blind, Furuyama is unparalleled in his ability to appraise tea. He brews some of the very finest tea in all of Inazuma.
Good to know.
Your Excellency, you shower me with praise undeserved. I have simply had the good fortune to be in your Excellency's presence long enough to become acquainted with all the skills that are required of me. It sounds like the almighty Shogun has brought a guest. I'm afraid I'm unable to serve you any respectable refreshments on account of the current situation. But please, sit and rest.
You are Alfred.
After all, it's quite a mess out there.
What should we do? Yeah. Sheesh. There's monsters everywhere.
I see. So, they have fought their way this far. Most of the residents in this neighborhood have already escaped. They wanted to take me with them, but it seemed rather pointless to me. So, I decided to stay. And now the almighty Shogun is here, I have even less reason to run away. Imagine if this was something that even the almighty Shogun was powerless to resolve. Where could I possibly run to then? People flee out of a desire to live on, and the desire to live on stems from a feeling of having unfinished business in life. But me, I have no such thoughts, and I have no regrets.
I like people. This is
The almighty Shogun often speaks to me about her dreams over tea. Just listening to her stories. I've been blind for many years, but her vivid descriptions took me on a splendid journey to all the most beautiful places in Inazuma. One thing she always says is, good things don't last forever. Everything changes, fades, disappears completely over the passage of time. And so, people must make the most of the life they have, seize the chance to enjoy it while it lasts, and have no regrets in the end. So you see, as bleak as things may be now, I have experienced countless and have no reason not to be satisfied.
I respect him.
Perhaps you are right.
He is brave. No, not perhaps. Like, I feel this man. This man's like, oh, I already went through
It
all.
won't be long now before I have to say goodbye to the almighty Shogun for the last time. What a pity. I'll never get to see what Inazuma looks like after the almighty Shogun rebuilds it. But I suppose it doesn't matter. Everyone says that Inazuma has turned dark now. But to me, it went dark a long time ago. Once this catastrophe is over, life is sure to spring forth anew. But even if I survived until then... Oh, goodness me. Speaking of befuddled, look at me rambling away to my heart's content and forgetting to serve the tea. The almighty Shogun comes to visit and I don't have the tea ready. A truly egregious loss of decorum. One moment, I'll just... Where in the world is the tea set? I hope the others didn't smash it to smithereens in their hasty departure.
Can't see a tea set anywhere around.
Really? But it's always been right by my side. Goodness gracious, what a fool I'm making of myself. I couldn't possibly have my guests fetch it themselves. That would be most discourteous indeed.
Don't worry about it. Take a rest. We'll be back right away.
Almighty Shogun, you're not going too, are you? No, no, no. Your humble servant implores you, not with the war raging outside.
This place is complicated. It's quite unlike the tea house in your memories. Leave it to us.
Oh, I love this so much.
But, well, okay. I never thought I'd see the day that I need the almighty shogun to personally collect my tea set for me. I can't decide whether it's a final regret or a final stroke of good fortune.
Where should we go to find a tea set? Having a cup of tea isn't exactly the most urgent thing to do right now, but at the same time, this lovely old man from 500 years ago has been through...
This is sad and fun.
I'm also feeling very nostalgic for his tea.
Oh, why don't we go to the Kamisato estate? There'll definitely be a tea set we can borrow there.
Ah, Tomo!
It's the Traveler. And the Almighty... How might I be of assistance, Your
I wish to borrow a tea set from the Yashiro Commission.
Oh, sure. Please step into the courtyard and have a rest.
Be at ease. I'm not here to see Commissioner Kamisato. Actually, I'd prefer to spend this time chatting with the Traveler. Please.
No. I am your humble servant. I daren't think of my own convenience when the Almighty Shogun graces me with her presence. I'll deal with it right away.
Well, it's not often we have the chance to chat. I'm sure you must have a lot of questions.
Yeah, where do I get, I don't know, all that? Like, you got some drip.
I wanted to ask that too. The Almighty Shogun that he described didn't sound anything like you at all.
I seldom had the time to drink tea. Any free time I had was spent practicing martial arts.
He was talking about his sister.
In the vast majority of cases, the one he made tea for was the former Electro Archon, who was also my sister, Raiden Makoto. He may well have had an inkling about there being two Raiden Shoguns, but he always acted as if he was completely unaware of it. The philosophy of life that he shared with us just now, that was Makoto's view on reality. She always saw things that way.
You and Makoto had pretty different views, huh?
Indeed we did. It was the biggest difference between us. In her eyes, the most precious things in this world were dreams. The yearning for a better future held by living beings. They are similar.
Oh, look at us
but
being
not
little.
identical. When you came charging into the plane of Euthymia, I saw human aspirations light up the sky far above in the form of countless stars. This somewhat shook me. Now, it seems like she was right, while I took the wayward path.
Wow, there sure was a lot going on beneath the surface.
No, I'm annoyed right now because, okay, so my friend did all stuff, but I don't want to give her my freaking thing because, like, just in general.
Makoto saw a bigger picture than I did. In her view, a dream is more imaginary, more abstract than an ambition. An ambition is a yearning for something material, or a concrete outcome. It is finite in nature, and will be replaced by a new ambition in due course. Makoto was more concerned with the force that drives humans to constantly generate new ambitions in the first place. It is something innate, rooted in instinct. In other words, it is something eternal.
That's, quite a lot to take in.
To put it simply, Makoto wasn't concerned about outcomes. I didn't understand at the time. How can we say that we are maintaining eternity when things are constantly moving forward and evolving? I suppose what it comes down to...
Does it take this long to get a T-set?
The definition of eternity she set out with. Yes, it does. I always thought that she must have... But in the last analysis, Makoto's philosophy was, on the surface at least, an elegantly simple one. Notwithstanding that it was also the more prudent choice, based on a more mature, far-sighted outlook.
Do you feel you're starting to understand her better now?
You have already witnessed my previous views on eternity, but now I no longer cling to what was lost.
Almighty Shogun, I found a tea set. This one in particular should be fit for your Excellency's use.
It's quite beautiful. Thank you.
You are too kind. A humble servant such as I does not deserve the gratitude of the Almighty Shogun.
Shut you!
It's all good, sir. She's actually pretty chill.
Let us return. We ought not keep Furuyama. How will the Sakoku decree?
No, because I appreciate Mahoya, like, getting rid of all the bad guys or the bad, like, the enemies or from him. I should really heal myself. Na 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 na, me plus you. My friend was on. My account and she was just doing it. She got my statue done, so I appreciate it. Didn't want to do my statue. I'm not interested in this half the time, but I am at the same time. Like, I'm not interested because, like, it's none of the people I really care about, but I am interested because it's lore, basically. There. Fuck, he's not there.
Hey, he wouldn't have gone looking for a tea set himself, would he?
Or perhaps the ley lines did not have the power to sustain him for very long. As was the case with the memory we saw earlier.
So we won't get to drink. We didn't even have a chance to say goodbye.
Shut up!
The information held in the ley lines is complex and
I
disorderly.
love how the traveler is
The
just
fact
basically
that we were able to meet him
emotionless.
to begin with was a miracle of fate. Well, this chance won't come often, and we do have a tea set. Perhaps I should try my hand at making us a pot of tea. I've watched Furuyama brew tea on many occasions. I doubt I should have any major problems doing it myself. The tea is ready. Please give it a try. So many thoughts were racing through my head as I was brewing it. I'm not sure how to explain it. You're right. But the things we've seen today have brought back many memories for me. I've been reminded of many people, too. Kitsune Saigu, Makoto, and all the other friends who I watched pass even further back. Back at the Yashiro Commission, I kept the conversation reasonably lighthearted. But now, I'd like to broach a heavier topic, if I may.
Oh, let me get... Because, okay, I just got Miitopia and I want to play that now. But I promised myself to do the Miko and the Shogun quest. So I need to do this really fast.
The events of 500 years ago not only robbed me of my friend, Kitsune Saigu, they also took Makoto away from me, for good.
She died in that disaster too.
Yes. She went to Conria alone, without telling me.
You was at Conria! Can we...
Unlike me, Makoto was no martial artist. Whenever similar crises had arisen in the past, I was always the one to face them in her... But this time, the circumstances were so grave that Makoto had no choice but to leave me behind. Or... perhaps it was more that she went ahead of me, put herself in front of me, so that I would remain hidden. In any case, by the time I realized what was happening, yes, it was too late. I arrived only in time to hear her dying breath. She had already lapsed into unconsciousness by that point, so all I could do was enter into her mind. As far as you're concerned, it would be somewhere similar to the plane of Euthymia. It was there that we bid each other a final farewell. I cried bitterly. Even in those final moments, I couldn't understand her actions.
Maybe she had someone that was also important to her in Conria.
Why did she go to Conria first, and not I? Why did she keep me in the dark about it? Was it to shield me? It was there and then that I resolved to pursue eternity. As a testament to that decision, I saved her realm of consciousness just before it collapsed completely, and brought it back to Inazuma.
That's quite a story.
When I returned to Inazuma, I was shocked to find that a great sakura tree had appeared on Mount Yogo.
That's...
the tree that you know as the sacred sakura. That's exactly what everyone back then told me as well. That it had existed since time immemorial. They were so matter-of-fact about it, and couldn't at all understand what I was so surprised about. No one questioned it, and yet its presence contrasted so starkly with the area as I remembered it. It seemed as if I was the only one to have noticed it appear suddenly out of thin air. In the end, I simply had to accept that it was a miraculous effect of Makoto's consciousness. With the help of the sacred Sakura's power, I was finally able to overcome the monsters and quell the disaster in
This is all really hard to understand. Kinda beyond Paimon's level.
Yes. She had such a great love for this land, and for its people. In this respect, I still do not compare to her. I once told myself that I would never speak of these events again. But even the tea that is most bitter to the tongue, once swallowed, And it's time I came to terms with it all.
Oh, while we're on the topic, since you experienced that battle in person...
Brother? I had heard... You mean to say that he was somehow involved in the Conria disaster?
Based on what we've learned so far, it seems so, yeah.
I'm sorry. I wasn't there for the whole thing. By the time I arrived, and also... my mind was consumed entirely with the plight of... So, I am afraid I can't help you.
Oh, well, that's a shame. But it can't be helped. Boy, both of you have
With this last cup of tea, let us honor the Team Master's memory. Thank you, Destiny.
We should go. Let's keep following the traces.
Very well. Based on my investigation so far, I believe this next pack of monsters should be the last.
What the frick you want?
Incoming. Huh? Don't blink. Hey.
No.
Incoming.
Ooh, cutscene.
Once again, please leave them to me.
Please, no.
Hey, are you sure?
Fear not. Fight.
I don't want to. We're gonna die. We're gonna die. We're gonna die.
Shine down!
It's gonna make this kill Shogun.
There is no escape.
What?
Are you alright?
I'm fine.
Bro! Is she alright?
Hey, maybe you should leave this one to us.
My apology.
Don't worry about it. Just take a breather and we'll deal with them. Look, that's the same light again.
Oh?
Where am I? Who are you? Almighty Shogun, you're here too. Are you injured, Your Excellency?
I'm quite all...
We, the Shogunate Samurai, will defend the Shogun until the very end.
Oh, they're helping us.
Come on, men. They're coming back for more.
Don't!
Danger is our duty, ma'am. If we were the kinds to shy away from danger, we never would have taken up arms to begin with.
No need to worry, Almighty Shogun. When the situation looks bleak, we we will draw on the power granted.
Is that a vision?
Oh!
It certainly is. I know the gods are omnipotent, and their willingness to grant their power to humans means they have high expectations for us. If the almighty Shogun is in trouble, now of all times is the moment for us to honor.
So that's how samurai of that era understood visions, huh?
Nobody knew where your excellency had gone, and we were starting to despair. But now just the sight of you appearing before us once more has reignited. This hope is the light that will...
Everyone, on me!
We'll help too!
Huh? Affirmative, but watch your backs.
Buddy, you ain't gonna do anything. I'm gonna do all the work.
Protect the almighty Shogun!
Oh wait, they're actually gonna do something? People are like, oh, you should use this for an Noel boat. I'm over here doing the piece that's basically dog work for me. My bad, Noel. I'm kind of doing this.
Jumpy Dumpty, go! Nowhere to hide. Speed of light. Boing, boing, go! Blazing to light! La la la! Yeah! Jumpy Dumpty, go! Incoming! Hey! Yeah! Yeah! Woo! Don't blink!
It seems like their attacks are finally over.
I've never fought so fiercely before.
Thank you all.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
You fought phenomenally. It was truly awesome. The monsters will definitely come back. And when they do, it'll be more than a few Rift Hounds. Quickly, escort Her Excellency back to Inazuma City, and regroup with the General's forces as soon as...
When everyone sees the almighty Shogun...
Well, what are you guys...
We will stay here and guard against the monsters. We are brothers in arms. As long as we stick together, we can face any...
Just leave it to us. Fighting is... But the almighty Shogun is the only one of us with the power to change the present state of affairs, no matter what kind of threat faces...
Oh, thank you all very much. I should not have left it this late to make this promise.
Don't worry, Your Excellency. We will never doubt your word as long as we live.
Aww.
With you leading us, we will claim back everything that Inazuma has...
Glory to the Shogun! Glory to the Shogun!
Respect these three men. Those are the good men.
They're gone.
It was both. The people's sacrifice has always caused me immense pain. But in dwelling on the tragedy, I overlooked their splendor, the result being that in the centuries since their sacrifice, I have dishonored their will. You could take the view that whatever I say to them is meaningless, because they are but disembodied but even so, they are due a resolution.
Well, Paimon thinks that even if it's a few hundred years later, you're doing right by them now, and that's what counts.
Thank you for your comforting words. But this is my basic duty as Inazuma's Archon, and I have neglected it for far too long. I used to think just like that samurai, that I would... But what Inazuma needs more than... Even though I am utterly unlike Makoto, and can never become the person she was, I still need to do the things that she would have done. Yes, they are. They are strong and resilient, and have much to be proud of. As the Raiden Shogun they revere, I should not be the one to hold them back.
Well said. Sounds to Paimon like you figured things out.
Change will come to Inazuma. And with it, no matter how long it takes, I am... Now that we've dealt with the Rift Hounds, this matter is halfway resolved. It does not appear that the threat will escalate for the time. I will leave the Tenryo and Yashiro commissions to handle the...
Alrighty then. Let's...
No, why are you in the back of
It's calm on the outside, but Paimon bets her emotions must be all... She seems to have changed a lot. Huh? What's wrong, eh? What's going on? Are you feeling unwell again?
It looks like... the situation... No need. I need to go to the cave below the ground.
Why?
A battleground. One where I shall sever ties with the past.
This is where we fight her. We're frick. We're doubly frick. I don't... Me plus you. No, 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 no.
The sun is out. Our work's done for the day. Shall we take a stroll?
I freaking died.
Incoming!
We're finally here. The entrance...
Whoa! Where'd that Torii gate come from?
This is a place I once sealed off with my own hands. It looks like she will no longer allow me to do with this body.
Huh? What are you talking about? And who is she? Makoto?
Makoto? Makoto? Makoto?
Where are we
What the fuck is that? What was that?
Whoa. This place...
It's the final countdown.
Look, it's another...
We meet again, traveler.
Fucking knew it.
This body is an assistant to the one within, but it is also the guardian of the rules. Should the one within wish to stray from the rules, this body shall stand in her way.
So we're gonna get slapped.
Wait! Paimon knows that voice!
You have wandered the realm in my body, and you appear to have grasped the true essence. You believe your present self has greater certainty than your former self. Thus, you believe your present self is correct. But have you really been enlightened with new ideas? Or have you been... I'm here to show you my answer. We are both warriors. And the dialogue...
Wait! The atmosphere in here just took a...
The discomfort I was experiencing earlier was caused by the Shogun rejecting my continued use of her body. As she indicates, once I started entertaining the idea of change, I became hostile in her eyes. But inside a realm of consciousness, I exist independently of her.
Whoa,
She cannot affect me in
character
this way.
development. Character development. Ooh. I love that. My favorite character development.
Though she is a puppet, the Shogun has her own consciousness too. When necessary, she appears here to confront me.
Paimon gets that everyone has their internal battles and stuff, but not
Inter
like
demons.
this. It's a bit of a showdown with the Shogun. Never thought we'd see that day.
The rules I set for the Shogun are... No. The Shogun herself is the manifestation of my past ideals. The very foundation stone of eternity. It shall not be easily swayed. I would not try to change her if it wasn't necessary.
Isn't there any other way? Can't you talk it through or something?
No.
But they both just want the best for Ina.
My form is a symbol of supreme majesty, in which has been vested power over all the realm. It is the cohesive embodiment of
We
all
better
that
have
constitutes.
Shogun.
It inherits A's pain. The pain of inevitable loss that comes. Every action undertaken is for the sake of determination, courage, love, hatred. All of these will be degraded and distorted by the incessant flow of time. Only rules shall remain constant for eternity. Those were my thoughts when I created you. Now, they are towering obstacles that I have no choice. You wish to make yourself my enemy? I am your past, the everlasting law, the guardian of eternity.
Okay. Her
And
inner
I
demon.
am she who promised a dream to her subjects. Ride an A.
Slay. Slay! Please let us take her.
In the end, even the proud and mighty Oni maiden was cut down in
Wait.
disgrace. Though your blade has been cleansed of her blood and filth, never shall it shine as brightly as it once did. Ha! Weak, pathetic. Torn to oblivion!
That's my balls!
Inferior. The eye sweeps the land.
Don't care, don't care. Don't care, don't care, don't care,
This
don't care,
ends
don't care.
now. Absurd. Inferior. Inazuma shines eternal. Weak. Gold. Illusion shattered.
Stop! You're just mad that I'm kicking your freaking ass!
Absurd. Lightning falls on the last Kitsune sakura blossoms that once filled the skies fell to the ground as pitch-black rain. As long as the ley lines flow, the relentless erosion of time will never stop.
She's completely recovered?
Can I get some recovery, guys?
Your verdict is decided.
Can I eat? Thank God I can eat. Freaking, I would cry if I couldn't eat. Shogun, eat. Shogun, freaking eat, you loser.
Illusion shattered.
No!
Now you shall perish. Shine down. Torn to oblivion. There is no escape. Inazuma.
No!
Silently into the clouds. There shall never be another. Never. For the rest of time. Absurdness transcending. Shine down. Now you shall perish. Weak. Illusion shattered! Be gone! The eye sweeps the lands!
No!
There is no escape! Inazuma shines eternal! Pathetic. Shine down! Remove all obstacles. Euthymia crumbles.
Oh my god!
Have you finally defeated her?
I'll be right back. I am back. Stay blurry.
It appears your martial prowess has not dulled. But how long can your will remain strong?
I love how one has a katana and one has a frickin' spear.
In this realm of consciousness, her existence is tenacious indeed. She was built to resist erosion. Her will is stronger than any other living beings, including you and me.
Then, does that mean this is gonna be...
Maybe. But I have to prove to her that my present will is no product of erosion. The future I shall forge will be a grand undertaking. If I don't do this, the Shogun's rules can never change. And this is my duty. No matter how long this battle may last. Months, years, centuries.
And
no matter how many times we must fight, I will defeat her.
Amen.
500 years ago, humanity proved their strength in battle. Here in the present, they rely on their ambition to challenge wayward practices, tear them out like the diseased wood of an old sakura tree, so that new, healthy branches might spring to life in their place. It is about time that I learned to trust them. I understand that. But if the dreams of which Makoto spoke are true eternity, I fight for the everlasting future of Inazuma. However long the battle may last, it is but a drop in the ocean of eternity. I vow to the subjects of Inazuma that I shall one day return. During my absence, I place everything in Miko's hands.
But this means that...
Pass on my words.
So they're gonna fight for eternity, and we have to tell Miko, and that's how we go to her story quest. Whoa! And that's when we start to fight Shogun, because we need Miko, the AK familiar of her, to fight with us. How is it ironic that they all are electric people?
Looks like we got kicked out. Oh, what do we do? She was making sense. And maybe this is the only way to change the Shogun's rules, but still... Right? Also, A can be pretty stubborn at times. What if she gets too obsessed with winning, and she forgets why she's there in the first place? It could happen. And then she might never leave again. Yeah, we should help her out. Is there any way we can cut down how long she needs to spend in there? Or, you know...
She was talking about Miko.
Well, whatever, we can't... Oh, but we also... Okay, well, first things first. We gotta find a way back in. Oh, come on,
She was
Brink,
talking
you
about
still
me.
feel Paimon now?
It's been
Okay,
feeling.
oh, you're right. Paimon, who knows if she really understands these consciousness...
Are we done? No? Okay. Did you just teleport us to Miko?
No.
try again.
Oh man. I'm surprised we're not done with the story quest. Miko!
Someone's not in the best of moods. Let me guess. You're all tangled up in another situation and need me to unravel. I hope you realize how lucky you are. If it was anyone else, I don't think I'd have the patience to keep greeting them with a smile after the—
But you're always smiling.
That was a figure of speech, do you understand? Nitpicking my turns of phrase. The sheer audacity.
The audacity.
Oh, yeah. Something really big's happening.
Oh, okay, I see. So, A's decided to palm Inazuma off on the humans, while she goes off on her own to fight a fierce battle that doesn't even have an end date. Impossibly stubborn. Jumps straight to the most extreme course of action imaginable, presumes her sheer will can see her through, despite a near impossible goal that requires nothing short of the very peak of her abilities.
These are best friends,
Yes,
Your Honor.
that sounds like A. You know as well as I do that she's always been like this. Why start fretting about it now? Rushed into it without thinking. Well put. Oh, she acts like such a child sometimes. So you seem to be under the impression that I am able to offer some sort of help? Who gave you that idea?
Is she playing dumb? She's doing this on
Aha, you're learning, little one. But really, the truth of the matter is that I don't know much more about Raiden Makoto's realm of consciousness than you do. All I know is that it's the foundation of the sacred Sakura.
Because Raiden Makoto is no longer alive?
Not just because of that. The nature of the space itself is different in some way. But I can only speculate. You're the ones who have actually been there, so you tell me. What was it like? Anyway, we needn't worry about the details too much. It'll just be a little difficult to explain things later on, that's all. First things first. Follow me to the entrance.
Yeah.
See that he stays safe.
Now then, I always have my ways. It's just a question of how crafty I need to be. To the outsider, the realm of consciousness is a very abstract concept. Luckily, I'm A's familiar, so I can sense her rough whereabouts. In other words, even though I can't pinpoint the exact spatial location of this realm, I can still send you to where A is.
So, it's abstract, but has a location, but you don't know where it is, but you can still send us there. What?
Yes, no need to try and understand it. Let me put this simply. Right now, she is surrounded by chaos. Everything is turbulent and disordered. If you try to force your way in, you could be swept away by a giant wave that sets you down in an unknown corner of space-time. This is precisely why when entering the plane of Euthymia, it's much safer if you place your consciousness in a physical object first.
What? Alright, well, Paimon, stay here then. You two can go in.
Bruh!
Suit yourself. Worst case scenario, all we stand to lose is A. So what's the big—
Paimon's had it up to here with both of you! Oh, fuck!
Oh, well, if you're quite sure, then of course. Now, I shall send you on your way. I say. Oh, nothing. It just seems extraordinarily chaotic, that's all. My suspicions have been By the way, remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only a strong enough will can prevent you from being swallowed by the giant waves of abstract space. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination. Well then, the door's open. Hop on in. I'll stay outside and provide what stability I can. I'm placing my god in your capable hands. For my sake, and for Inazuma's, please. Bring her back.
Oh, this is nice. This is nice. This is nice. But I'm not gonna scream.
You better know what you're doing.
That's enough chatter.
I need to delete some of my camera videotapes so then I can have more storage. So many things I'm gonna delete. It sucks because I kept a lot. So I'm gonna probably do that when I'm bored. Ooh, cutscene! Back to the Future? Oh. Oh, this is nice.
Remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination.
Freaking Palma. Not done putting the thing. Hi guys, I'm here. I know you don't want me here, but came anyways. Tee.
Huh? You have returned. But how were you able to get back in? And how come you have not changed at all in all these years?
I'll be right back. I am back. Let's get this over with.
This is a duel to remember.
Anyways, shut the frick up. Oh, plus ratio, you're getting annoying.
It is as if we have returned to the moment when the laws of eternity, over countless battles, not once have you lost, and never have you shown. Had I made all enemies of eternity stand for your firm commitment to enforcing the rules, you bring honor to the title of Guardian of Eternity.
So long. I really wonder what will. I'm back. I lost my gum.
Now these two return once more to this space. Then, let this be our final duel. The conclusion to that which began Final duel? Stand back, traveler. I'm going to be the start of something new.
This gives me it's like the JoJo reference. Look, it's a JoJo reference and also Alexander Hamilton reference. Look at that, she's pointing at the sky. If I could prove that I never touched my balls.
The time our duels took to fight was long enough to witness the rise and fall of nations. Energy they consume, great enough to vaporize the oceans and turn day into night. And the will they demanded, sufficient to penetrate minds and crush dreams. Yet, you have endured.
If I could prove that I never touched my balls. Oh? What is this music? Oh, it's the freaking remix of this.
I will endure forever.
If I could prove that I never touched my balls.
Final calamity! Illusion shattered! Shine down!
Can I not have my ultimate? Are we just not giving me...
Inferior! There is no escape! Eternity is in my hands!
That's fair. Oh, bad idea, bad idea. My bad, my bad.
Illusion shattered! Inferior!
Ooh. I know you can't eat right now, but like...
Perish! Shine down! Inferior! This is the end. You have won. I believed you were incapable of transcending the path. But a will that cannot be eroded has no way. You need not worry about the future. And you aren't alone. I know your power more than anyone else. Had I relied upon my strength alone, Yet, my reason for fighting redefined my martial and whenever I think of this, I feel something the blade that I inherited from Makoto seems to be trying to... I noticed it also. Just now in the heat of battle, it seemed to unleash a new and unfamiliar power. This power is beyond the limits of my understanding. This blade belonged to Makoto. Perhaps it can only respond to me with its full power when I truly understand and believe in her. When I clasped Muso Ishin in my hands, I had the feeling that she was by my side once again. It was at once a familiar feeling and a strange one. Makoto, you have my approval. Your present will is not the product of erosion. I shall no longer stop you from attempting to modify the rule. From this day forth, this body will remain your assistant. I won't design any more rules that can never be changed. You used to represent my past, but from today onward, you are me. Makoto never saw me as a fearless weapon. Likewise, I should not regard you as a mere tool. You truly have changed. I suppose this is what humans call growth. I understand. I shall become your shadow, just as you were once Makoto's shadow.
Ooh!
The duties I perform will not change. But as a warrior, I look forward to the chance to fight like... Do you say this because you have not yet reconciled yourself with your defeat? It was simply a new experience for me. One that is worth reliving.
Have you finished fighting?
What just happened?
Hello, A. And greetings, those who have come to bear witness.
It's your freaking sister!
I am Raiden Makoto, the previous Electro Archon, who failed in my duties and left you all to pick up the pieces.
Makoto?
I'm so happy. You've come so far. I always knew you would make it here in the end. I left a faint fragment of my will in Muso Ishin, so that in the moment that you unleashed its full power, I too would be released. A convoluted way to reach you, but... well, You held such deeply entrenched views at the time that you wouldn't have listened to a word I said. There was no time to wait for you to have a change of heart. Please forgive. But everything happened so suddenly. I've always felt terrible for having to entrust Inazuma to you. I should have been the one to impart these ideas to you, a little at a time.
Did you know what was about to happen in Conria?
I had some sense of it. That place was not somewhere that any Archon could afford to. In my present form, I can no longer perceive time. But I know that this must have been an extremely arduous journey for you. And I'm sure you must have wanted to shed tears many times along the way.
Don't look down on me.
See? It was with this possibility in mind that I left a parting gift for you. Something to soothe Inazuma's pain. Here, take it, before my last shred of consciousness fades away. But it is you who must take the most important step.
Oh no. Guys, I just want to go back home.
The light turned into a seed?
The miracle tree that blesses the people, in this moment new to the world and yet to be known. When to plant it, where it shall bloom. She who brings it into being must let her heart and dreams decide. Grant it life, eh?
Is it really?
Eternity extends time into infinity. Dreams illuminate each moment within. When both shine in unison, the sacred Sakura blooms from the darkness, finally free from the clutches of the heavenly principles. Now the nightmare has dissipated, and reality is made whole. The vision we both yearn for is still further ahead. My only regret is that I cannot witness Inazuma's future, nor can I walk this journey with you.
Animation, the best.
Do you know, I am so happy right now, because my final wish has now come true. Your polearm once protected me from countless calamities. For this, I've always felt indebted to you. Though I could never repay you in full, this sacred Sakura will buy you some time until you are ready to awaken and embrace the new. What do you think? Did it do the trick? This time, it really is goodbye, eh?
This is beautiful. Oh, I want to screenshot it so bad!
Goodbye, Makoto.
That was a screenshot that I could use for a freaking wallpaper, and I didn't get it because I don't have storage for it.
So the A of the present planted the sacred Sakura in the realm of consciousness, and it took root in the Inazuma of the past. No matter what you make of it, it's quite incredible.
All of this is thanks to Makoto's power. Eternity is a concept intimately connected.
A place where time is meaningless and cannot be understood with ordinary Perhaps that is the reason why you were able to return precisely to this point and yet, that sense of disorderliness has now
I don't fully understand yet. But my
Well, I'm not convinced that it was Makoto's power.
I know what you mean. Perhaps Makoto got a higher power involved in. Without the sacred Sakura, Inazuma would likely have been completely swamped.
I know you've always perceived there was something special about the sacred Sakura. You've tried in the past to prove to me that there's a connection between the sacred Sakura and Makoto's consciousness. But unfortunately, you never did persuade me, did you?
No. But I understand why now. It was because the sacred Sakura hadn't even been planted then.
But don't you think that tree looked a lot different than how it does now?
The sacred Sakura is within my purview at the shrine, so obviously I get to prune it exactly how I like it.
Ugh. Now we see who's pulling the strings.
I'm joking. That tree has been through a lot since it first sprouted. We have the loving care of Kitsune over the ages to thank for how it appears today. And obviously I played my... It's fair to say that very little time passed between the moment you came out of that realm and the moment you re-entered it. But in that same time, centuries of battling took place on the inside, did it not? Traveler, if I'm guessing correctly, you were repeating your wishes to yourself in your mind, weren't you? At that time, I could sense A's whereabouts. Suffice to say, time added a whole new dimension to our search. Fortunately, your will was strong enough that the turbulence carried you to the moment, and the flow of turbulence may well have been influenced by Makoto, but it took everyone...
Does that mean it wasn't by chance that we ended up at the final duel? We were always meant to be there to witness...
I thought that the flow of time was the same on the inside and the outside, so it was a great shock to me when the traveler reappeared. My first thought was, has a great disaster befallen Inazuma? But it turned out you had come to rescue me. You came for my sake, to help me reach the best possible outcome. You too have my thanks. You have done much for me, and I will never forget it.
Hey, how are you feeling now?
My body has fully recovered, and the Shogun's will no longer fights against me.
Always thrilled to hear you're in good health. But I was really asking about your emotions. Have you met... After all, you saw Mako.
I only heard her voice. I wouldn't say I saw her. I'll be fine. It brought a few things back, of course, but I've made my decision to move forward. I have to say, this has reminded me once again just how brilliant Makoto was. She predicted all the ways in which Inazuma's future could unfold, all the way back then. She even factored my immaturity into her plan. It's all thanks to her that Inazuma lived to see this day. I just planted a seed.
Yeah, it was thanks to everything you did that you...
Thank you.
Today, at long last, you and Inazuma finally emerge from the shadows cast by the events of centuries past. Makoto and you are Inazuma's past and future, and both are indispensable.
It's rare to hear such comforting words from you. I graciously accept them.
Oh, come on. You only think it's rare because you never used to listen to a word I say.
Makoto said the exact same...
Great minds think alike, hmm? I wonder... Does that qualify me to, maybe, take the position of shogun for a couple of days? Actually, no. Forget that. Far more trouble than it's worth.
We will have to end the frivolities there. There is much work to be... The Shogun and I will closely review the Inazuma of today to find... After that, I will abolish the Sakoku...
Really? That's...
I am no longer pursuing an eternity defined by stasis. I don't doubt that many challenge... I'm looking forward to...
Are we done? Teleport, Lady Boy. What you mean?
Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them.
Miko said nothing of the sort, and the traveler has some nerve making up spurious claims about her. Some words are not to be... Trust me, you don't want to know the cost of betraying me.
What are you talking about?
Nothing.
Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them. Abolishing the Sakoku decree has a myriad of implications. It would be folly to say that it will be all positive. For example, I can foresee the outside world posing a threat to Inazuma's businesses. These are the issues that I must work to solve.
I remember one time when the Shogun first came out, and we had got the Scaramouche little... I was trying to tell her that Scaramouche is the replica or the other decoy or something, and she's like, it's not true, it's just a theory. It didn't physically say that, and I kept on saying it did say that. It literally did. And it made me so mad because she wouldn't look at it because she's so freaking stubborn. So when she actually looked, when it's actually, you know, it was canon, she was like, okay. She never said sorry, obviously, because she doesn't realize, she never says sorry whenever she's freaking wrong. But I'm just saying, I was right, and it was annoying when people tell me I was wrong.
Hey, you're thinking about this all so conscientious.
Honestly, Miko, many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma. Makoto's gaze was always fixed on the... But now, I see that hers...
If the people of the past deserve the god's attention...
Indeed. Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma.
I like this. Purple and pink. This is a nice duo.
Of the Electro Argon. May the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom.
Anyways, let's go Miko. We gotta do Miko's thing. We didn't fight the Shogun, so I think we're doing this in Miko's thing, which... not a big fan of. I'm gonna probably play more Persona on the weekend since my friend got Persona, and I know she's gonna be speedrunning it and probably play it more and more now, and I don't want her to beat me whenever I'm playing Persona. So I'm probably just gonna play more Persona. Try to get to Futaba's thing. That's what I want. I want to get to Futaba's thing. Because Futaba's thing... I didn't mean to do that. I was right there, dang it. Why is it so tiny?
We haven't been to the Yai Publishing House in a while. Paimon wonders if they have any new books in. The one we read with A that time.
Come on, this is a no-brainer, man. There's only one thing worth wishing for, and that is a time.
But the exam's next week. If I fail again, I'm seriously done for. I'm better off wishing that my exam goes smoothly.
It's just an exam. Trust me, there's no problem you can't solve by throwing Mora at it.
What are they arguing about? It's quite a spirited debate.
Huh? Really? You need but stand on this land at midnight, lower your head, and recite a Looks like you guys really aren't in the loop. This, my friends, is the next big thing. A highly effective wish ritual guaranteed to make your wishes come true.
A wish ritual? That actually right? Even Paimon knows that's just not how the world works.
I didn't believe it at first either. But that changed when it worked for someone I know. It's this guy called Kunihiko. He's practically always been unemployed, wastes his days away, and he owes a lot of money. Like a lot. But get this. I don't see him for a few days, and suddenly I find him dressed to the nines and feasting at a high-class restaurant. I heard it directly from him. He used this wishing ritual, and the next day he woke up to find his whole bed filled high with Mora.
His whole bed was filled with... Wow!
Of course, I'm sure the part about waking up lying on a bed of Mora is a bit of an exaggeration. Whether you believe it or not, it's not exactly a difficult ritual. It can't hurt to give it a try, right?
If you're still feeling skeptical, just ask around. There are a lot of very compelling stories going around.
Really? Well, come on! Let's go ask around right now, shall we? Well, if it really is true, then just think of all the Mora Paimon.
Buddy, I'm gonna...
Oh, and you'd finally be reunited with your twin, too.
Nah.
Let's go!
Nah. This is probably made a made-up thing that your Miko probably said in her little daily thing to make everyone believe it. I'm just saying. You think I can steal someone's cat?
What? It actually worked.
Okay.
On closer inspection, it seems like there really are a lot.
Grasp the thought in mind. Clear.
No, it's not hear my summons, it's heed my summons.
Hey, what are you guys up to?
I'm sorry, but if I was these motherfuckers and this little squeaky little pipsqueak interrupt my freaking thing, I'm smacking them.
Whoa! Sheesh, you scared me. Okay.
Incantation? Are you?
Junkichi is trying it out, to be specific. He's hit a bit of a creativity block recently, so... I'm helping him make a wish so that he can move past it. I mean, I obviously don't. But Junkichi never listens to an outside opinion, so all I can do is go along.
Mr. Shigeru, can you please be a little more accommodating? This is people have had all kinds of wishes come true. Become more attractive, get rich quick, ace their studies. I'm just a poor, struggling writer looking to get over a creative hurdle. Is that so much to ask? Anyway, I just know this is going to work. I have a gut feeling about it.
Didn't you say the same thing when you went to make your wish at the Grand Narukami Shrine? Oh, I just know this is gonna work. I have a gut feeling.
The Omamori from the shrine take too long.
Look, to be completely honest, look at you now. Trying dubious methods from any old light novel.
Wait. What? This wishing ritual comes from a light...
Yep, it's from the one called A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits. No, it's most likely a self-published title. It just appeared out of nowhere and took Inazuma by storm. As a fellow writer, I'll refrain from passing comment on how well the story is written, but everyone is saying the wishing incantations it contains are—
Look, Junkichi. Yes, everyone's saying it's real, it works, but that's only half the story. I've also heard lots of people saying that everyone who's had their wish granted using this method starts behaving strangely.
What's so surprising about that? They're probably just giddy with joy at having their wish come true.
This is starting to sound a little... Why don't we go to the Grand Narukami Shrine and ask Ya? She's the expert when it comes to both light novels and
She's gonna say, oh, haha, we did this for fun. Or it's gonna be her book that she had when she was little, and then... yeah, no.
you're here.
Well, hello there, young ones. What brings you to the shrine? It just so happens that I have a wonderful novel here. I highly recommend it. Oh? Well, what did you want to...
Well, we were just... actually, you look kind of busy. Is this about...
No, not at all. It's not...
Lady Guji, what do you mean, nothing major? I'm begging you, you've got to help me save my brother.
It really is nothing major. I stand by that. Oh, but since you're so curious, let's have him relate the story one more time.
You two seem to have a good relationship with Guji-ai. Please, put in a good word for me. You have to convince her to... Here's what happened. My name is Kato Yohei, and my brother is Kato Shingo. All he's ever wanted is to become a swordmaster, so he once asked Sensei Domon of the Meikyo Shisui art to take... Domon turned him away. Took one look at him and said he didn't have what it takes to train in the art of the sword. But my brother wasn't about to resign himself to defeat. He trained every day as hard as he could, and finally proved himself by defeating one of Domon's best disciples. But since his victory, he's been acting extremely strange. It's like he's become a completely different person. The doctors can't find anything wrong with him, so I'm betting it must be the work of an evil spirit. That's why I'm here.
You know, there really aren't as many evil spirits lurking around as you seem to think. Your brother achieved the goal he'd been striving toward for as long as he can remember, and now it's gone. It's only natural that he feels a little empty and lost while he's trying to find a new... If it were me, I'd just leave him be for a couple of days. He'll recover on his own.
No, Lady Guji. If you saw him for yourself, you'd know. I guarantee you, he's not acting like someone who feels empty and lost.
Oh, all right. Then tell me, when did your brother spar with Domon's disciple?
About...
5 days?
Yes, Lady Guji. That's a long time for him to be acting up like this. I'm really worried about him. Our greatest wish is to one day found our own school, just like Domon. We can't jeopardize that dream now.
Wait a minute, now I'm a little confused. Are you here to save your brother, or are you here to make your dreams of founding a martial arts school come true?
Well, they're kinda two sides of the same coin.
Whatever. Let me ask you this. Have you heard of any interesting new rumors lately? If so, I'd love to hear about them.
What? Rumors?
Oh dear. Well, that's too...
Lady Guji, please stop changing the subject. This is someone's life we're talking about here. Please, you've gotta help me.
Miko, he seems really desperate. This thing with his brother sounds really...
Okay, fine. Then it's decided.
Yay, Miko!
Kato, whatever your name was. These two guests are trusted acquaintances of mine, and in fact, they are experts in resolving all manner of strange and supernatural phenomena.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Exorcisms and that sort of thing are all in a day's work for them.
Yeah! Wait a sec!
Is that hesitation that I detect in your voice? So let me get this straight. You come begging to me for help, I actually recommend someone for the job, then suddenly you start doubting me.
Not at all, never. Whatever Lady Guji says, I trust wholeheartedly. Thank you two for your willingness to help. Please follow me.
No, hold on a hot second, Miko. We may be a lot of things, but...
Don't worry. If he wants an exorcism, just grab a handful of salt and mutter some mumbo-jumbo while you're sprinkling it around. It's a common trope in light novels, right? You just have to have a bit of bravado. Well, you were the ones who seemed concerned about his situation. Don't you think it would be a little unfair to make... Besides, we both know you wouldn't be here at the Grand Narukami Shrine unless you had a request for me too.
This feels all wrong!
All right, let's go. Don't worry now, I'll be coming along
Okay, let's follow Yohei. What is going on here? Granted, you can never be quite sure what's going on in Miko's mind, but she seems even more disinterested than usual in Yohei's situation.
Because she knows it's bullcrap.
Stick here, so it looks like we'll have to deal with that first before we'll get the chance to ask her about the incantation stuff.
If we don't get Miko's glint in her eyes, I'm gonna be mad.
My brother's been meditating here pretty much constantly over the past few days, but...
Meditating?
Yeah, it's something that he suddenly started doing after defeating Domon's disciple. He just sits there alone, talking to himself. But that's not important right now. Where the heck could he have gone in his...
This does pose a bit of a problem. If we can't find your brother... Well, Kato... whatever your name was... Given the circumstances, why don't you start by going to find your brother, and also picking up a handful of salt on your way?
Okay. Okay, got it. I'm on it.
Miko, what about us? Shouldn't we help look...
No need. While What's-His-Face is handling that, we'll take a walk around and ask people what they know about the two brothers. Maybe we'll find out some amusing details.
Don't blink! Hello, sir. We'd like to ask you...
Oh, are you debt collectors? Yohei said to tell you not to worry. He'll be able to pay you back as soon as he has enrolled a few disciples.
Huh? Debt collectors? No, but, it sounds like Yohei and Shingo have gotten themselves into a bit of a...
Well, yes. I don't think there's any disputing that. Those two don't have an ounce of dedication between them. They just hop between ideas and won't stick to anything.
Huh? But Yohei said his brother has always wanted to become a sword master, and even asked...
That's true, yes. Shingo begged Domon to take him on, and eventually, he finally relented. But even after convincing a renowned sensei to give him a chance, he was the same as ever, bumming around in class instead of focusing on his training. In the end, Domon had had enough and kicked him out. But Shingo was resentful about it. He blamed Domon for not seeing his potential, and even declared that he would challenge a disciple of Domon to a duel.
Wait, what? That's not what we heard.
Oh, how interesting. We heard a slightly different version. My brother wasn't about to resign himself to defeat. He trained every day as hard as he could and finally proved himself by defeating...
Yohei said that? That Shingo trained hard. That's ridiculous. He just lay there cussing to high heaven all day, every day. Some training regimen that... Yohei did tell me about Shingo winning the fight, but I took it with a grain of salt. You can ask Kenji at the village entrance more about that. He always has reliable information.
We love when people lie to us.
Oh. Oh, you mean
Yeah! We heard that Shingo defeated...
Yes, it's true. Oh, wait, so are you here because you heard they're starting their own school and you're looking to sign up?
We're not here to sign up, but we would like to hear more details about...
Well, you've come to the right person. I actually went to watch it. I thought it was a joke when I first heard that Shingo was going to challenge a disciple of the Meikyo Shisui art. But when he drew his sword... the way he handled his blade... It was like flowing water, mesmerizing to watch. Domon's disciple is no pushover, but he was absolutely no match for Shingo.
Is Shingo really that strong?
Yep, he seemed pretty euphoric after winning the duel too. He was celebrating very vocally, saying something like, "What a duel. I haven't felt this good in a long time."
Any other details to share? We've heard that Shingo has been behaving rather out of...
I'd definitely say that he has more energy than he used to. In the past, he never used to do much except lie around sunbathing all day. But just yesterday, for example, I saw him cutting down trees for the village head. In the space of one afternoon, he did what most people couldn't finish in 3 days. Not only that, but he managed to fell a lavender melon tree with just one kick.
Quite impressed.
Things got weird after that, though. The village head brought out some tofu for him, and he just flipped out. He shouted, "What is that stuff? Keep that away from me!" And then ran off.
Lady Guji, esteemed exorcists. I found my brother. He's at the waterfall. And I've got the salt you asked for, too.
Oh, as much as I'd prefer to stay and hear some more delicious details, I suppose we'd better be going.
I love how it says exercise him with quotation marks. I bet it's that one guy we saw Miko freaking body. Can I teleport over there? No, maybe I need to. Yahoo!
Look over there. That's him at the waterfall.
So this is Yohei's brother. Whoa. Hey, listen!
Woohoo! Can you feel? Found your own school. Ha! So shallow. How can a manly man aspire to something? Please, spare me. Spare me. I can't take any more. I'm gonna die. Yohei.
Did you hear that? All the nonsense aside, he's going for help!
Huh? Who?
He stood up! And now he's coming this way!
No, don't come any close. Help!
What do we do? Miko, think of something!
Bro, y'all overreacting, bro.
Oh, poor Yohei. Your brother's life is hanging in the balance, and he's using his final breaths to call on you for help. The way it looks to me is that Shingo feels terribly resentful to you about something. Would you mind telling—
I don't know what to tell you.
You don't know. But surely you should have more insight than anyone else into how your brother— Yohei, I suggest you think very carefully before you open your mouth. Your brother is your closest relative. You must have noticed straight away when he started acting out. And yet, 5 whole days pass before it occurs to you to come and seek help from me. You really expect me not to notice the gaping holes in your story?
But,
As you wish. It's fine by me if you don't. But after Shingo dies, you'll be next. It's futile trying to escape. Anywhere in the world you run to, it will be right behind your back. After all, you did summon it together.
All right, I'll talk. I'll tell you everything. Yes, that's it. The one that's all the rage right now. You just have to recite an incantation at midnight and your wish will be— Just like the book described. We drew the magic symbol, stepped inside it barefoot at midnight, said the incantation, and lo and behold, after my brother wished to become a swordmaster, it really worked. Out of nowhere, he suddenly had these amazing sword skills. But his whole personality changed too, because I was worried that if he goes back to— If that happens, it'd ruin our plans to start a martial arts school, and we'd be back to being poor. I just wanted to keep this under wraps until we'd managed to get the dojo set up and—
So then, why'd you go to the—
Well, 'cause with the way he's acting now, I was worried that rumors might start spreading that he's gotten involved in the occult arts or something, and then no one would want to sign up. So I was thinking that maybe Lady Guji might have a way to get my brother back to normal, but—
My, look at you. Stop deluding yourself. These newfound sword skills are not his. They belong to the spirit that has possessed—
You're right. We were wrong to do what we did.
All right, then. Your turn now, my little friend. Toss the salt, and then draw your sword.
Kill him. I didn't even get to draw my sword.
What is that?
It's the—
See that? That's what you summoned. And look, now that Shingo's no use, it's coming straight for you.
Save me! Save me!
Miko!
We do nothing. But you, little one. Just a quick fight, and this will all—
Come on.
He's coming!
No, it's fine.
Cut to the chase. Speed of light. Got lucky that.
Steady as stone.
Stay! Drop!
This will do!
Jumpy Dumpty go! Going all up!
Hey!
It's over! I'm ready!
I could dodge, but you know.
Don't blink! Starfall!
You win this battle.
I haven't felt this great in a long time.
He disappeared! But, well, Paimon sure is confused. Do you know what that was all about?
We can talk about it later. They're about to wake up.
What am I doing here?
Shingo, are you all right?
Yohei, I had the I dreamed that I wasn't a useless loser with I thought we could finally open a dojo of our own now. But then I realized I was terrified, and I wanted to take control of my body back, but I couldn't.
Shingo, we shouldn't have made that wish. We summoned a spirit and...
Yes, and had we not come to your rescue, your life would have been over before too much longer. Then the spirit would have haunted your brother until he died of fatigue too.
Thank you, Lady Guji, and
all right, take him to get some rest. He's very weak right now. He will experience a high fever, but it won't be fatal. Remember, this is the price you pay. At this point, I would normally lecture you on the dire consequences of using occult methods to obtain power that does not belong to you. But I think you get...
Yes, we understand now.
Thank you, Lady Guji. We'll be on our way.
Yep, that sucked.
Miko, would they really have lost their... And if so, why the heck were you so reluctant to help out?
Oh, they would have been fun. I had to scare them a little, though. Otherwise, I hardly think these two lazy rascals would have learned their...
So, what?
You saw it all for yourselves. I'm sure you can figure out what kind of spirit had possessed him, can't you?
Paimon's got it. It was an Oni.
Correct. Although it possessed Shingo, it didn't have any ill intentions. As a matter of fact, it actually seemed like it was trying to train Shingo to become bolder.
Huh. Fair enough. But it seemed like it had the app.
Tossing salt caused it to temporarily leave Shingo's body. Then, you exhausted its strength by fighting it, so it disappeared. Even if we'd done nothing at all, Shingo would have eventually become too weak for his body to host the spirit, and it would have left of its own accord. Of course, it would have been more stressful for Shingo and Yohei that way. Still, the experience may ultimately have been more effective than me scaring them into submission with a little exaggeration.
Whew. Well, the main thing is that nobody got hurt.
All right, seems like we've wrapped up everything here. Come on, off we go.
Hold on, Miko. You say everything's wrapped up, but are you
Oh, you mean that they got the incantation from that book? Yes, I know the one.
Actually, that book's the whole reason.
Human beings don't have powers like us yokai. It's quite understandable for them to be interested in incantations to summon the supernatural.
That's not the point. The problem is that the incantations in the book...
Even then, humans only have so much strength. Even if they do successfully summon a spirit with the incantation, it won't stay with them for very long. I really wouldn't fret about it.
But who wrote this book? What do you think, Traveler? You're right. Big events in the light novel market should...
Lady Yai!
Kuroda, what are you doing here?
I'm here to report on Yai Publishing House's sales for the last month. All the numbers are here. Please, take a look.
Let me see. What? We're losing market share?
Yes. Overall bestseller, readers' favorite, and trending. One book is topping the charts. It's called...
Both of you, back here now!
Miko? What is it? You have a really scary look.
She doesn't give a freak about anything but her
serious.
freaking...
A first-hand guide to summoning spirits is an all-round hit, summarily beating the novels of the Yai Publishing House by Just what is that supposed to mean? I worked extremely hard to promote our latest featured work, and now a rival book comes out of nowhere and steals our thunder. If this isn't the very definition, I have to come up with a counterplan. And you...
Huh? How is this our...
Paimon, please. Who wrote this book and why? Don't we think there might be a bigger safety risk here?
Yeah, you guys...
Am I to take it that the safety of the people of Inazuma isn't so important in your eyes after all?
Wait, what just happened? Again, you technically have a point, but this
Nothing's wrong, okay? Come on. We're going to war. I'm going to head back and make some preparations. Meet me outside the Yai Publishing House.
That's interesting.